We don't know that there's anybody else who's been taught how to swim for triathlon with the injury and the treatment that Rich is having.
Pre-diagnosis, I was a salesman. I travelled around doing 40,000 miles a year. The only exercise I got was getting in an armoured car. I was 17 and a half, 18 stone, and generally just spent time with the family. Yeah, before the diagnosis, we spent a lot of time together, going on holiday, just spending general time. I started to notice in the early part of 2018, I started losing my voice and the pitch started to change. And then started to get the very severe earache. And then I was having trouble swallowing as well. So I went to the GP and he referred me to the ear, nose and throat specialist. I was referred in the March of 2018 and then went to see the consultant ENT specialist. And he basically said I needed to have a biopsy to see what was going on. And the biopsy is an overnight operation where they take a part of the tissue to see what it is. And I came back saying that I had throat cancer, stage 3. So they started me on radiotherapy in October 2018. And I had 30 sessions, so 6 weeks. 5 sessions a week, so Monday to Friday, with the weekends off. And I'd gone from being 18 stone to being 12 stone. So it was, it just totally, and your throat just closes up so I couldn't eat. I had a feeding tube in my stomach. So that was the hardest part. Basically a laryngectomy is they take my breathing pipe, my esophagus, and they fix it to the hole in my neck. So basically my mouth is for eating, not breathing, and my nose is to hold my glasses on my face. That's all my nose does. When I was ill, the doctor told me that you'd never run. Basically, that you wouldn't be able to swim after laryngectomy, you wouldn't be able to run. So I just wanted to prove him wrong, and also I was so weak after the radiotherapy the first time that I just wanted to try and get myself going again. There's one nurse, so with regards to the swimming and the snorkel, there's one nurse down in Exeter that basically got access to a snorkel device from Germany. So it cost £700. So, and basically what it is, it's a trachea tube, which is basically a long tube with a cuff on it. So I put that in my stoma, which is the hole in my neck, and then you pump up the trachea tube cuff, and it forms an airtight seal, and then you attach a snorkel to it. The problem is, I then have to breathe through an 8mm tube, and so I need to get rid of the CO2 and bring in the oxygen, so it means I can't swim very hard or fast, or for long periods. I can't basically swim for longer than an hour, or I'm not supposed to.
The most important thing to remember about Rich is that he's breathing through the snorkel directly into his windpipe. And of course, when we're swimming, we're breathing through our mouth and our nose, and he's not, he's breathing through the snorkel. And that's just totally different. So the biggest risk for Richard is that water gets down the snorkel and therefore chokes him. And also, if water is ingested, which it happens because it's a swimming pool or it's a lake or it's a sea, how he can clear that so it doesn't enter his lungs. There has been a lot of work that we've needed to do as a club, but also Rich is such an amazing person to coach. He's like a giant sponge and he's so keen to do it himself. It's the highest risk we've ever had for an individual swimmer because the medical risk of drowning for Richard is higher than an average person, 10, 20, 30 times. But what Richard brings is a real awareness of the risk. So majority of people, if they're going into a pool, if they're going into a lake, don't really think too much about what could happen. Why should we? Because we're there to have fun and there to train and there to enjoy ourselves. But actually for Richard, he's got really good self-awareness of the risks that he has. Therefore, he's loving his swimming and he's just enjoying it as much as everybody else. But he's super vigilant, high vigilance. And that means that bringing those two things together, I think he's one of the safest swimmers we've got. In terms of support, if he's doing an event like today, he'll have an extra person on the side with him, walking up and down whilst he's swimming, because the biggest risk is that the water goes down his snorkel and that he needs to clear it. And essentially to clear it is an emergency procedure where he has to take the snorkel out, and then worst case scenario, we might have to do a clearance, which is a bit like a bent over clearance, like we used to call the Heimlich manoeuvre. Best case scenario though, Richard will just do the swim like everybody else, come out of the pool, take his snorkel out, put his filter in and get on the bike.
I'm still as nervous now as I was before. I am. But the people of the Tri Club, I have to say the people of the Tri Club have been my saviour in effect, and the people at Sainsbury's as well. But the people of the Tri Club, actually, when I first started, I didn't want to run in groups or do stuff with people, but they just treat me like a normal person and take the piss. Do whatever. So I still get as nervous, but I know the people around me there can help. And now I do events on my own as well, so I'll go off. I did one in Cheshire earlier this year. I'll just drive off 4 o'clock in the morning, go and do an event and come home. So I'm a lot more comfortable with it now. Wherever triathlon, to me it's like being back at school, because you just have a laugh. And everybody supports each other, so you've got Darren, the chairman. He'll help in the coaching side of it. And they're just all really good people. And I run with a guy called John Bilbao, who's now got bowel cancer. So it's just a really friendly group of people. And we're all